Hello everyone and welcome back to Pittsburgh Vader. In this video, I'm still just working on stuff around the car. I actually did some stuff off camera because it's stuff I've been messing with for a while trying to get it right. So it's hard to film and know when you're going to get it right and catch that moment on film. So sometimes you just miss it. So we did do the first install on the window. It actually worked out a lot better than we expected, so didn't get that on film. We still have to adjust it. It's pretty dusty right now. But yeah, with all the weight in the door, it is pushing it down a little more. So we have to get the latch installed there, down there and everything. But yeah, for the first test fit, pretty good. We have to lower this about an inch, as you can see there. There's a bolt on the side here, messed up. I'm gonna have to fill that in. That's fine though. Right here is where it's bolted in. I'm probably gonna actually lower it to either that hole or one below it and just slide that back down. But once that's down, everything should be good. If you slide the door up here, you actually need to lift this up, slide it in, and then yeah, if you like line the door up where it should be, the window is pretty even all the way across, and it just has this gap here. So once this is lowered, this is getting pushed up by that down here, so that's fine. Window trim in there, the seal, everything will be fine. Power window works and everything. Car's not plugged in, it's not wired right now. Sorry, it's wired, it's just battery's not plugged in, so I can't show you guys, but I'll show you in a future video down the road. But yeah, got the window in, it's looking good. This is a big step, so gonna get that all done on that door soon and just keep doing stuff like that. Alright, so that was just me finishing up some of the areas around the rear windshield. There were some areas down like in the middle there. A lot of that was like super uneven, so I evened that out. There's still a little bit more I have to do. I have to fix some little blemishes here and there, but I just wanted to even that out and start getting this area back here, this whole section and all that, ready to try final fitment and stuff like that. The trunk still hits a little bit at the top, so I still have to shave that down and do all of that. So I'm going to start working on that now. Don't know how far I'll get, but I'm just going to keep doing stuff and hopefully make some good progress on the car. I also wrapped the rear window wing that goes there. It's in the other room. I'm going to bring that in a little bit and try that on, see how it looks on the car. It turned out pretty good. I didn't get a time lapse of this because I did already vinyl wrap it on a time lapse once and messed it up, so I didn't know what was going to happen. But this one actually turned out pretty good. I have to just stick it on the car and show you guys what it looks like, so I'll do that in a couple seconds. But yeah, with this door in here and with that window wing being wrapped, it's actually starting to come together. Still a long way to go, but I'm starting to really like the way it's turning out. Still a gap here, has to be pushed back, but yeah, this is just kind of on here. We still have to get that all lined up and mess with the shock so this can go all the way in. But overall, it's coming together and I'm starting to get really happy with the way things are turning out. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing stuff around the car. Alright, so this is the window wing. I'll put it on the car in a little bit. I'm just gonna wait for stuff over there to dry. But yeah, overall, I think it turned out really good. There's some little imperfections. I didn't get really any scratches like I did last time. That is the only one I got there, and it's just a little bit more visible than normal because I kind of just got dust all in it. But yeah, it's actually not too bad. Clean it up and you can barely see it. Other than that, didn't get any scratches. It's pretty much clear as can be. Yeah, overall, turned out really, really nice, and I'm happy with the result of that. So pretty sure I'm going to be wrapping the rest of the car, but I'm not completely sure. All right, there we go. The window wing is on the car. Gonna take it back off in pretty much 10 seconds whenever I end this video, just so I can keep working on everything under there. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. Looks good on the car. So yeah, just taking a step back, trying to show you guys what it looks like on the car. It looks darker on camera than it actually is. It's actually a little bit lighter than it looks. So it's pretty much the color I wanted. So I'm happy with it, and I'm really glad the way it turned out. So yeah, just gonna keep working on the car. Alright guys, so while I was putting the window wing on, I did actually chip the body a little bit. It's not that bad. It's about that big compared to my finger. Not a huge deal. There's a few of these over the kit just from me dropping it, moving stuff around, and accidentally chipping stuff. So I'm just gonna fill that in real quick and do the body work, and then keep doing stuff around the car. I just gotta get this done real quick so I don't forget about it. One thing that's a little disappointing, and I'm gonna have to troubleshoot, is I got the new switch installed on the door, and this one doesn't work either. So I'm assuming there might be something wrong with the wiring itself, because everything else works on the car, just not these buttons. So I can move that window by plugging in this door here, but this is extremely inconvenient. I'll take a step back and show you guys. I literally just have the door from the Infinity laying on the body. I have a blanket there so I don't scratch anything. But yeah, I had to like lay the door in here and then pull the wiring in so I could plug this door in so I could just test that door, which is just a lot of work and pretty inconvenient because this is just taking up a ton of room here and you really can't work on this half. So yeah, I will be getting to troubleshooting that, but since it's just the button and the window still works and I can still mess with that with this one, I think the best thing to do is take this door apart and install it in the driver's side door. That way I still have a window switch so I can test that, but I don't have to have this just laying around. And then after I get it a little more together and everything like that, then I'll figure out why the wiring on that isn't working and just make it work. So yeah, it's a little inconvenient, but not too big of a deal. At least we know that the window motor and the regulator and everything works over there, so that's very good news. Only downside is that button. And I did prime back here. This is just very temporary. I did this spray can. There's still body work I need to do here, but it is getting cold here. We actually had the first night of snow last night, so I wanted to make sure that with the temperature I could still spray the primer, and it dried up fine. It's pretty smooth. There's still bodywork I have to do, but I'm not too concerned about it. The other day I did get a full gallon of a 2K filler primer, so that's what I plan to use on most of the car. I'm probably going to need more than a gallon, obviously, but I'm just going to start with that, make sure it works in the temperature and conditions I have. And if it all works like this turned out fine, so that made me feel a little bit better that the actual primer is going to work the way I want it to. So I'm going to try to hopefully get the back half of this car painted before it gets too cold out. I do have about a month and a half left of decent weather before it's like 0 degrees and freezing and everything like that. So I'm trying to get the back half of the car ready at least for primer by then. That way I can still spray it and not run into too many issues. I do have a heater down here, but we can't run it while we're painting because it's a kerosene heater. So paint fumes get in that, probably gonna blow up. So we do have to, we're probably gonna get a different heater. We're looking for a built-in propane heater or something like that, or natural gas that we can leave in the garage, heat it up, and then maybe turn it off to spray it. But I'm gonna do some research and see if you can vinyl wrap straight over the gel coat or not, because if you can, then that might save some trouble. Just do the bodywork prime over just that and then leave the gel coat. That way we don't have to set up the whole thing to paint or prime the entire back half of the car. But I'm not too sure, so I'm gonna do some research, figure it out. And I did have some questions in the comments, And I'm sorry if I didn't reply to yours. I've been pretty busy the last couple of weeks, so I haven't had a ton of time to check and reply to comments. So if I didn't get back to you, sorry about that. But I did see a few asking like why I'm wrapping it, and I had a few people messaged me on Instagram asking why I'm not just painting the car, taking it to someone to get painted instead of wrapping it, different finishes and stuff like that. And a big reason why I'm wrapping it is I'm pretty indecisive on the color of the car, and if I don't like it, it gives me the option to not easily redo it, but a little bit less work than if I were to paint the whole car and then want to repaint it again. A wrap, at least I can do by myself and get a pretty good result at home in the garage and stuff like that. And yeah, I do plan on probably changing the color of the car on and off like throughout the years. I do plan on keeping this, so I'm probably going to end up changing the colors at least a couple times. So the wrap would help make that just a little bit easier. So that's what I decided to go with, and I'm 99% sure I'll be wrapping this. The window wing was pretty easy, not many curves. So this car does have a lot of curves, so we will have to see how those panels turn out. But if everything turns out fine, then wrap is definitely the way I am going to go on the car. Okay, yeah, I know that was a lot of talking and not a ton of progress for a little bit, but that's just because I want to update you guys and keep you guys informed about what I plan to do and what I am going to do with the car. And I know I haven't gotten a lot of videos out recently, so I wanted to update you guys and just inform you about what I plan to do on the car, and the best way to do that is just talk for a little while. So I know it was a lot, but yeah, from now on, just going to keep working. Alright, and with that said, the body filler is pretty much dry, so I'm going to get the camera set back up, sand that down, and then put a thin coat of primer over that just to cover it up. Alright, so that's filled in, primed, that's pretty much good to go. I'm still working on the top there. I've been sanding it down by hand just so I don't go through it too fast. And it's still, if you look, it's still hitting a little bit on the top. It's kind of hard to see, but it like gets stuck because it's just rubbing just a tiny bit up here. Right there. Just a tiny bit. That's actually from me sanding. That's not from it rubbing. It doesn't rub that much, but it does rub enough that it's an issue. So I'm going to keep sanding that down and keep working on it. But yeah, it's just taking a while. So just going to keep doing that. And then once that's done, trunk should be relatively set where it needs to be. And after that's done and I know it's lined up right, then I can come back here and install that trunk latch. There is a little bit of good news on the windshield. There's a junkyard out by my school that I called them and they said they think they have one and they're going to check and get back to me in the next couple days. And if they have it and it's in good condition, then I should be getting it to put on the VAYDOR. It's not going in yet, but at least I have one sourced for when it's ready to be installed. Things are really starting to come together on the build. Still a lot of way to go, but it is coming together slowly but surely. So I'm just going to keep working, keep doing stuff, and that's going to effectively end this video. So as always, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one.